In the early 19th century, as empires fought for power across the Atlantic, thousands of enslaved people fought for freedom. Among them emerged a woman whose story would become both tragedy and resistance. Her name is Solitude, a rebel, a survivor, and according to historical accounts, she was sentenced to death while heavily pregnant. In the 18th century, the French Caribbean colonies depended heavily on enslaved African labor. Plantation economies generated enormous wealth for European empires while subjecting enslaved people to extreme violence and exploitation. Guadeloupe became part of a larger Atlantic slave system connecting Europe, Africa, and the Americas. Then came revolution. The French Revolution transformed political ideas across the Atlantic world. In 1794, revolutionary France abolished slavery in its colonies. For many black people in the Caribbean, abolition represented the possibility of a completely new future. But the victory would not last. In 1802, Napoleon Bonaparte moved to restore French control over Caribbean colonies and reinstate slavery. Resistance erupted immediately. Formerly enslaved fighters understood what was at stake: freedom or re-enslavement. Historical details about solitude remain limited and partly debated. Much of what we know comes from oral memory, historical reconstruction, and later literary works. Nothing. Solitude is believed to have joined resistance forces fighting against French troops. Women played major roles in anti-slavery resistance movements, though history often minimized their contributions. According to historical accounts, Solitude was captured while pregnant. Solitude was reportedly sentenced to death by French authorities, but colonial law delayed executions for pregnant women until after childbirth. Historical accounts state that Solitude gave birth and was executed the following day. Her death became a symbol of both colonial brutality and resistance against slavery. Solitude represents countless women erased or forgotten by official history. Over time, Solitude's story evolved into a powerful symbol of resistance. Literary works helped preserve her memory when official archives remained incomplete. In 2022, France unveiled a memorial statue honoring Solitude in Paris. She became one of the few Black Caribbean women officially commemorated in French public memory. Solitude's life exists between documented history and collective memory. Some details remain uncertain, but her symbolic power endures. She represents resistance against slavery, the suffering of colonial violence, and the forgotten courage of women in revolutionary struggles. A pregnant rebel condemned to death, a story nearly erased by history, yet remembered across generations.